Welcome to this follow-up video about project management using Kanban, but this time a little bit more advanced with linked cards so that we can see how a project gets broken down into more cards. So let's check it out. I've got this time two swim lanes. So if you remember, the previous board was just cards, one process, and then in each card we had a lot of tasks, right? So each card had a lot of tasks, and we just managed the project this way. But this time, I decided to take this board and split it into two swim lane, one called projects and one called deliverable. And because everything in Kanban Zone are containers, right? So I've got a deliverable container here, I've got a project container, and they're both within the portfolio container. So let's look at this. Let me give myself a little bit of space. I'm going to collapse a few more columns to have a little bit of more space to work with you. And let's look at what we have now. So I'm going to go into my 3x view because I want to see these bars. Now, be careful with these bars. These are your linked cards. And what you're going to see is these represent the color in which the cards are. So to do will be blue, yellow will be in progress, orange will be buffer, and then green will be done. So keep an eye on these bars because as I move cards, they're all linked right now. So this one, for example, has 3 children. In fact, I can show them to you. They're right here. So the 3 children are here, 1, 2, 3. They're actually the card right below on the board. So they're right here, 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, one arrow going down to 3 cards. And in this case, 3 cards with one arrow going up to the same card up here. So now let's see what this looks like when we start moving things around. So I'm going to start moving project 1 into initiation, which immediately sends a signal to all the other ones that, hey, the card, which represents your project, is actually starting to move on this board, right? And so we'd like you to be aware of this connection. Now, the fun is about to happen because now we have 3 cards down here, and I'm going to start moving these 3 into different columns. So as you can see, the cards are always kept in contact in terms of what's going on with the linking. So this makes it more advanced way of managing your project. Instead of having just tasks on a card, you can still have tasks on the card like we have here. There's still tasks that might be specific to delivering the project, but the deliverable that are maybe done by one or multiple teams can now be broken into these separate cards. Now, for the demo, I'm doing everything on one board, but these could be all separate boards, okay? This is just to make it easy on me to show you around. So let me move one to done. Boom, we've got one green. Boom, we've got another green. And now we've got all 3 greens, which means that the project would be done. Now, let me show you a feature that I think is very, very useful when you start working this way. Let's say that you have your tasks, but some of these tasks are actually starting as tasks, but should finish as cards because you'd like to track them individually, not just as tasks. So we see a lot of customers use this little feature here called convert task to card. So here, if I do this, I will position the card into the deliverable column. I'll put it in ready and I'll just convert it. Now, what does that do? It immediately creates a linked card because I kept it as a child card. I'll do it again. And now I've got 4 cards that are linked. I'll do it to the second one here. I'll come here, I'll do convert task to card, and I will put it again into the same column of ready. And you see this was my connection. So I'm doing them as child, which is the default value. So let me convert it. So now I've got 2 tasks that remain on the card because that's where they started, but they're no longer tasks now. They're absolutely linked cards, but you don't lose sight that these tasks are now converted. So you could do a lot of with tasks, right? Don't get me wrong. I love doing project management with tasks, like assigning an owner, assigning a date. There's so many features that you can use staying as tasks, but obviously when you convert a task to a card, you get all the benefits of now having these cards. So now we've got these 2 cards that are linked already. And as you can see, they're blue. And same story, right? We'll just start moving them like we did the other ones until we get the project done. So it's a different way of running a project in Kanban Zone. The idea here is that you could extend the deliverable of a project to be on many, many boards and many, many cards. so that you have cross collaboration. Now, I'll show you in other videos the concept of mirroring cards so that it can get even more exciting, but this is enough, I think, for today. So you can do this the basic way with just having one board, one process, and moving cards on one board for managing your projects, and this would work perfectly. Or you can go a little bit more breaking down your work and actually having both tasks and cards that are associated with your projects. That's it. This was another way of managing your projects in Kanban Zone. I hope you enjoyed this video.